Your body doesn't need muscle, and it needs very little to move around.
Right.
It needs fat to keep you alive. If you don't stop, you're going to damage your body to a point where you may not recover and it may never come back. What was good about this program this time? And right now, moving forward, I want to know how we can change the mindset about self-sabotage.
Right.
So
that's a good one. Well, I can tell you one thing is because of self-sabotage, when I did Titan Challenge 2, I had a really rough time, and it was because I had gone after Challenge 1 and lost all that weight. Pandemic hit. As you said, I've been an example of what not to do, and I'm fine to tell anybody because I like to learn from my mistakes, and if it can help someone else out, I'm down to discuss it. And essentially what happened was I just kept myself in a deficit for way too long, and I lunched my metabolism. I thought after a couple months I'd bounce back. You told me you're gonna be doing this for a while. You're gonna need to eat more. You're gonna need to back off. You're gonna need to repair. It pretty much took me the majority of 2021 to get things back. Okay, now 2022 happens. I could tell my body was feeling itself again. 2022 happened, and this new program came out, and I jumped on it, and my metabolism's what it hasn't been since pre-pandemic. But I'm already thinking in my head, when this is done, okay, my next program, it's time to let my body repair. Because I'm seeing things I haven't seen before, but I'm also putting my body in an extreme situation, compared to what I normally take in. I'm taking in my total fats for a day with the fish and everything is like 23 for the day. And that's just from basically the fish.
Let me just clarify. So they're listening. Mm-hmm. You're putting your body in an extreme. We have to go to the extreme. So I want people to listen that you always go to an extreme at the end of the nutrition or the program, whatever the time, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever that program is. You go into an extreme, like all athletes, like all pro athletes. You got to bang out the 14, 15, 16 week of the NFL. I get you. First week and second week's great, but they always talk about who's on the team at the end of the year. And like your body, how is your body at the end of the year? And so everybody's listening. You guys understand that there's a point when you can't use any more tricks or remove calories or add more workouts in. There's a point where you just go, we've used everything, stop, and let's take time, go off season, and then restart.
Right. Yeah. And that's the key is off season. I want to work through this into an off season because I want to, my goal is to maintain, I would like to maintain around 215, 220 year round, and then cut down to 205, 218, whatever, which I never would have used those numbers before. Never. I would always think that cutting down for me would be about 215. That's as low as I get. Well, I'm kissing 220 right now, or just a few pounds from it. And I'm seeing, and again, I've put on muscle because of that repair time. I was doing power bodybuilding and things. And so the 220 now, I see parts of my ab or parts of my stomach sucking in almost like I'm vacuuming all the time. That when I was 215 before didn't do that. I'm seeing things on the sides where, it's not nearly as lean as like someone like yourself. But I mean, for me, it's the leanest I've seen myself forever.
Never matters on what somebody else is.
Exactly. I'm looking at for me, and for me, I'm like, dude,
you're in great shape for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And have you accepted that have you accepted two things? I want to know the mindset. Because a lot of people right now will be like, oh my gosh, we're done in 2 weeks. Mike said, I could go 4 more weeks and get to whatever this is that I want.
Right.
I may not stop in 2 weeks, like Mike says. I'm going to keep pushing it. So where's your mindset now?
That's a good one because I've been wrestling with that. That's something, and I'm sure other people are too. I've been wrestling with it because in one sense, I want to push it because I'm like seeing things I never saw. I thought, well, how far can I take this? On the other hand, that's what got me in trouble before, was not being willing to come off because I was scared to lose what progress I made. So I'm trying to be I'm a man of faith for sure. And one of the things people say is learn to rest in things sometimes. Sometimes you have to learn to rest in a situation that's what it's going to be, and you have to cope with it at that point. I'm trying to get in that mindset of where my body gets to where I get to the point where I feel like I'm at the best I can be at that moment and be okay with that, but still want better. I mean, I always want better, and we all do, so I'm trying to learn, I guess resting would be the right term, be content with where I'm at in the journey, but know that there's still more that I could go. So I'm kind of struggling with it because in one sense, like you said, I do want to go further. In another sense, I'm scared now not to go that way.
Let me help you. So there's no more discussion in your mind.
Okay.
If you don't stop, you're going to damage your body to a point where you may not recover and it may never come back.
Good. That's good to know.
If that doesn't scare you, and say, all right, 2 weeks. I won't mess up now.
Right.
I got 2 weeks to go. I don't care how hard it is.
Right.
I know I can only go these 2 weeks because after that, I have to heal.
Right.
And if anybody's listening to this, what does that mean? What it means is your body is meant to keep you alive. Exactly. That's it. It's just meant to keep you alive. And so if you treat it poorly, like an anorexic person thinks that they're fat. Here's the great thing about a 100-pound person that is anorexic. They are majority fat.
Right.
100 pounds. They would need muscle to move around. No, your body doesn't need muscle, and it needs very little to move around.
Right.
It needs fat to keep you alive. And so just so you all understand, go do any kind of small 2-second research. You'll find out that most anorexic people at that extreme level are over 50% fat. Where we have people on here that are overweight,
right,
400 pounds, 500 pounds, and they're only at 30% fat.
Yeah.
They visually look different. So you visually are looking at yourself thinking one thing. When we're walking into a stage of going, I am the professional. I'm telling you to stop. I know what your body's going to do or don't do. We gave it at the time. Respect it. Stop. Let's hold that. Because that's another goal. Wow. Right. Can I maintain 215 now for the next 3 months? Take my calories up, get rid of my fasting days, get rid of the cardio, and be at 215, training 5 days, no cardio, tons of food. Then what will you cut up to at that point?
Right. Right.
Rick Van Dam, 180 pounds. You know what I mean? Like 1980 superhero. Right. So don't play around anymore, because the one thing that I saw that you just put down, or I just said, and Jeff and the team saw, is you were fasting from the start of the year on Saturdays.
Sundays. Yeah.
Saturday night, Monday morning.
Right. Oh yeah. Gotcha.
And it kind of threw all of us because we had this talk, and you still did. You took something that we could use at the end,
right? And
you took it away from us at the beginning. And you do this. Last year, you kept doing the diet. You kept dieting down. You used all the tricks for us to get you in shape, and you ran that metabolism into the ground where it said, okay, he's going to kill me. I need to protect it. So I'll shut the metabolism down, even though you're doing cardio, even though you're doing low calories. Your body shuts down. So if anybody's listening to this going, well, your body doesn't shut down on low calories. I will show you billions of people around the world that eat once a day that are fat. Okay, once a day, and they're fat.
Yep.
They shut the metabolism down to where it doesn't function even well for a 100-year-old person.
Right.
Where you got Robbie Robinson, 75 years old, eating 8 meals a day.
Yeah. Dude's a beast.
You can't take those little tricks for us away from us for those 12 weeks.
Right. Yeah. And my thing was that I knew that we were doing lean bulk, but I knew that my goal was to just drop. I needed to drop quite a bit of weight. So obviously I wasn't going to do blitz.
How does that help then? Tell me your thought pattern.
I think in my mind, what it was the last time that I dropped a bunch of.
Say factual, because you're saying factual.
Right.
We were going to do the lean bulk.
Right.
And your interpretation of the lean bulk for you was,
just
you're
the lean.
Put on muscle and put on size. I want to lose weight, so I'll just fast.
No, what I did was I did the fast start diet. That's what I did. And the fast start has you fast 1 day a week. And that's what I did, because the last time I dropped 40 some pounds, I was doing fast start when my metabolism was firing. So I thought, well, I'll use that because it's not the blitz. It's not crazy. You still get more carbs, calories and things. So I can still maintain size. But that adding that 1 day in there will help me to reset every Monday when I start leg days. That was my mentality. And, like I said, my first check-in, we changed it up. And then once we changed it up, we changed where my intake of calories and things were at. And so that's kind of what I held throughout. And that's where my thinking was at on that. Was like, okay, last time I did the fast start, it was because the blitz, quite honestly, is so time consuming. When I did the blitz the time before, basically my metabolism told me, like you said, exactly what you said. My metabolism was like all the tricks. I had a rough time dropping anything, and which is insane because that program is
the second time, second or third time. Yeah, not the first time.
Yeah. So what I did was my wife even at that point said, man, you just need a time card to do the blitz because you spend more time cooking, eating, and working out than you do anything else. It's a full-time job. So I thought, well, yeah. But I thought, well, the fast start, I can get all my workout in. It takes about an hour, 15, all my workout, then get my cardio in, and I can do that. And I can maintain that because I'm working out as soon as the gym opens at 5 a.m. I don't need to be on my phones or doing any of my international calling till close to 10. So I'm like, that's the window for me, so that's what I went with. But once we started adding fasting days and stuff like that, that's when I was like, yeah, coach, already been doing that. So yeah, I totally understand the thinking though. I should have thought that out more because, I've been in the crew now 3 years. I'm not new to this. I've seen how this works, but I was like, my metabolism fire and I got to drop some weight and, maintain. And I've maintained my strength pretty much throughout, maintained most of the size throughout, but I see now where that's
because I don't maintain the strength because I'm beat down from the diet and I don't maintain that size because again, I'm in a deficit, so I'm going to lose some size. So yeah, let's look into those kind of things on how you're keeping your energy. What are you doing? Are you doing something extra that's organic food that has more fats in it or anything like that? Let's jump into that at a future time today. I got to run from touching base with you, but I want to make sure that we talked and that
I appreciate it.
You, when we start this next phase, which is in 2 weeks, everything stops. That fasting stops. Food every single day.
Right.
We back down the cardio. We start putting food in, and we game plan to maintain, if not just 5 or 10 pounds over.
Okay. Now, one question I have is, according to the app, the way the program is, next week will be my last week of the actual workout. But then I've got another week till April 1st. Is that week, should that be my dry out week?
I would.
Would you suggest that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the weekend of April 1st is me and my wife's anniversary, and she's been waiting for me to.
You ain't leaving the apartment. You'll be looking too dang good, man.
Yeah.
You'll be all sliced up and dried up and stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I said. I'm going to look good, but I said, she's kind of rode this wave with me, because she wants to go out and eat. And I'm like, we'll go out, but if we go out, I'm drinking tea and a salad.
No. Go. Because the following week is the dry out, and you get to eat at the end of the dry out. You get those calories. So go enjoy, have fun with this. And then after that, jump on Pro Secrets. As we start bringing those calories to a realistic amount to heal the body.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do this year because I'm feeling pretty confident right now. It's just when we first did check-ins and you threw that number 205 or 206, my wife was like, what? And I was like, if he believes I can do it, or even if he doesn't, he's using that to motivate me one way or another.
No, you're going to make it next Wednesday.
I'm throwing my Hail Marys. So, yeah. But, yeah, we'll get there, bud. Thanks so much.
Talk to you.
I appreciate it, man.